Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with CircWorks. Welcome to 100 Days of Making Comics, the show where I put aside at least 30 minutes a day in my busy schedule to work on my own personal comic book projects. I'm working on a comic called Young and the Dead. It's about Goonies. No, it's not about Goonies. It is like Goonies. It's about kids versus zombies, and it's like Goonies meets Night of the Living Dead. I should have that down by now. I've only said it about every single episode. So anyway, if you guys have been following along with me, I think this is episode 28 now, but if you guys have been following along with me, last couple episodes I was talking about Comic Cons. The first episode I just kind of went into what it was like my first Comic Con I exhibited at, and kind of me, just my inexperienced self going there, and what I expected and what reality actually set in. And then yesterday I talked a little bit about, kind of in hindsight, after, years later, when I actually started exhibiting at Comic Cons instead of just going there with a portfolio and show trying to show off my work and everything. And since then I've learned a lot of things. So yeah, I thought I'd share some of that with you guys, and it seems like I got some response to some questions, and it seems like people kind of were digging that. But I think I've been getting away from what this is, kind of like a daily journal where I talk about my progress on the actual comic book. So I wanted to get back to that. The only problem is, and this is probably why I keep doing all these other things, is I'm still doing the scripting thing. So, every day, I don't know if I just, I'm on page this, I'm on page that. I could tell you guys that. But so I'm getting closer and closer to finishing this thing up, and I'm anxious, but it's starting to come together. I got like 4 more pages to write, and there's a lot that's gonna kind of happen in these 4 pages. So I don't want to really get into too much of that, but there's some reveals and things like that, and a lot of it has to do, and I briefly talked about this before, about I've been doing, the reason why it's taken so long is I've been doing some research, just in, like, this deals, it's a zombie story, so it deals with a zombie outbreak, and there's a lab, and there's a lot of scientific talk and jargon and things that I want it to sound somewhat realistic, and I sort of like I know what I'm talking about, which I really don't. I mean, a lot of it's just made up, which is fine, because that's the kind of story this is. This isn't supposed to be super, realistic, like this could happen. I mean, this is a comic book, and it is kind of in the vein of like Goonies and those type of movies. So I want to have fun with it. So it doesn't have to be 100% scientifically accurate. But I just want to kind of, make it sort of plausible, like in the realm of what this story is, in the parameters that I've set, that it makes sense within that. So that's kind of what I've been working on, but it's starting to come together. I'm like I said, I'm really anxious to complete this thing, and I've got like these 2. I don't know how to explain it without making it more complicated than it already is, but I have not reveals, but I have two scientific things going on at the same time that I'm trying to present. One group of kids are out discovering this one thing, and another group of kids are doing something else. And this isn't making, I don't know why I'm trying to explain this, because I can't go into detail because I don't want to give it away. So I don't know, I'm just rambling. But that's what this is. This is 100 Days of Making Comics, and that's kind of what happens. And this is what happens when you work on this kind of stuff. Is you think out loud, and you think to yourself, and sometimes things make sense, sometimes they don't. But so I don't know. The main thing I'm trying to do is just put out my video for today. I guess I should have thought a little bit more about that before I turned on the camera, but I'm just gonna go with it, and this will be my daily entry, and for 100 Days of Comics. Maybe tomorrow I'll be a little more in a right frame of mind. But again, this is that's what this is about. So we're having fun with it. So yeah, thanks everyone who's following me on YouTube, liking my posts. They post, I don't know what the videos, whatever. Anyone who's sharing them, all this kind of stuff. It seems like constantly I find new people that are asking me questions and stuff. So it looks like more people are watching and digging it, and that's really psyching me up. And I'm really having so much fun with this, and a lot of that has to do with you guys. Because even if no one was watching this, I'd still be doing it because it's as much for me as it is for you guys. But I'm glad that some of you guys are getting into it and kind of following along with me on this journey. 100 Days of Making Comics. Like I said, I'm Scott with CircWorks, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. That is all.